All right, time for our favorite segment. One of our great friends gets to be added to that list of great people who have come on, where I get to tell one lucky leftist, shut your pie hole. Today we're cutting a slice for a repeat offender, the former CNN host Don Lemon. For the umpteenth time, Lemon floated the idea he might run for president, this time at a journalism summit, but watch as the audience reacts to the ridiculousness.
Would you ever consider running for office?
Yeah, I would. I would. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Wow.
But you're going to go right to friggin' president? Well, why not? Right?
Why not?
All right. Okay.
I mean, I'm a man of a certain age. I've been around long enough. I've worked hard. And you laugh. I know people laugh, but I'm not. I make them.
I know you laugh. They couldn't get and they were barely clapping, by the way. I've lost count how many times Don has said in recent weeks he's thinking about running for president. He might have to stay out of prison first. But if the audience reaction is any indication, it doesn't seem to be a ton of interest. Maybe Don should learn to read the room before saying something so stupid. But if he could do that, I guess he'd still be on CNN. So it's my pleasure to tell Don Lemon, shut your pie hole. To discuss, let's welcome in a great friend, Rick Leventhal. He is the host of the Leventhal Report right here on Newsmax. Check out newsmaxplus.com. Rick, looking forward to your take. Welcome.
Well, hey, welcome to you, Ed. Thanks for having me on your show. You know, I think you've worked in this business almost as long as I have. You know how some people get when they're on TV. They start to think they're a really big deal, kind of like Ron Burgundy in Anchorman. And Lemon's one of those guys. He let it go to his head. He is arrogant. He's self-important. He's got that huge inflated ego. And then his reasoning for I'm going to run for president because I'm a man of a certain age. I've been around
Right.
long enough. I've worked hard. Not he works hard, but at some point in his past, he actually worked hard. But at what? At, trying to look good and sound okay when he was on television.
Shouldn't there be
You're
bigger
not qualified to be
qualifications?
president, Don Lemon. I'm
pardon me.
so
Shouldn't you
sorry,
be like
but
a
that does not
governor?
I've been around long enough, and I've worked hard.
Yeah, that's it.
And I'm a
That's
man
it.
of a certain age.
Yeah, that covers millions of people. Meantime, speaking of ridiculous people on TV, Jim Acosta, he seems to be having a harder time than Don since he left CNN. This past week, Acosta spoke to Democrats in Missoula, Montana, and it was a paid speech to Democrats. Rick, this guy told us when he was beating up on Donald Trump that he was like an unbiased reporter. And now he's getting paid to give speeches to local Democrats. What gives here? I'm shocked that he's not an unbiased reporter.
I listen, I don't blame the guy for making some money, making some speeches, making a living. Well, we all got to make a living.
Sure.
I just kind of feel bad for that group up there in Missoula that this was their paid speaker. Like, really? This is what we get? What's he going to say? Orange man bad. We're good. He's bad. One day maybe we'll regain control. It's just he was a one-trick pony, kind of like Don Lemon.
Yeah, but
So,
Rick, he used to be
eat your chicken.
He was the big anchor at CNN and the White House correspondent, and now he's at like the Holiday Inn in Missoula, playing that room.
Yeah. Well, like I said, times are tough. So I don't know what they paid him, but I hope they flew him business class at least.
I don't know about that. I don't know if he got to Missoula in business class. But Rick Leventhal, we love your show, the Leventhal Report, and we'll have you back soon. And we love you being on Shut Your Pie Hole.
I appreciate it very much. Ed, shut your pie hole, will you?
Wait, that's not the way this works.